All right, welcome back to another awesome episode of Life on the Ave. This is episode 103. I'm here with friend Genevieve Lovelace. Welcome today.
Thank you
so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I'm
such
so
an
excited.
honor.
This is going to be such a fun episode, and I'm so excited to dive into more about you. So sit back, relax. Here's a brief bio for anyone that doesn't already know Genevieve. Today, we're excited to welcome Genevieve Lovelace, a talented interior designer and entrepreneur here in Delaware. Jen is the founder and owner of Franklin & Co. Designs, where she's been transforming spaces and creating beautiful, functional sanctuaries for nearly 4 years. What started as just a passion project in her own home has grown into a full-service design studio offering everything from full-scale residential design and project management to virtual design services for the DIY savvy homeowners. Whether she's sourcing the perfect statement piece or bringing a client's dream space to life with virtual renderings and curated furnishings, Genevieve approaches every project with heart, vision, and intention. In this episode, we're going to talk about how she got started, her philosophy on design as a sanctuary, and what it takes to grow a creative business with purpose and authenticity. Can't wait to hear more from you, so welcome.
Thank you. What a beautiful intro. I feel so honored to be here.
Chat is my best friend.
Always the chat.
I give full credit to chat. Makes me sound way better than I actually am.
Yeah.
But welcome. So from your perspective, how did you get here? What's the beginning look like for you?
So truthfully, if I were to actually look back on where it all began, I would say sitting in front of the computer playing Sims with my neighborhood best friend Mary. Shout out to Mary. And you know what would happen every time we would build a house? You know, when you get to actually play the Sim, I was like, let's just buy another house. Let's just build and design another house. I never wanted to actually play the Sims. I always just wanted to design.
Yeah.
And then from there, my dad actually works no longer works, but he's retired, but he worked in construction. So he was a supervisor in the construction union in Philadelphia. So it was always just something I was around. And then my mom actually went to school for interior architecture.
Wow.
So just something I grew up around.
Yeah.
They've always kept such a beautiful, beautifully decorated home. My dad has so much talent. I really do owe it a lot to them. And then it really, the passion. I was rearranging my room at 3 a.m. at 14 years old.
Yeah.
My mom would walk in and be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, but then where to get here where I am right now, probably back, I would say, where it all started around COVID times.
Yep.
I had just moved into my new townhouse, which was actually right on Lovering.
Yep.
So it started where I just was like, okay, I finally have my own space now. I have a living room to decorate, all of that stuff, but it had to be renter friendly.
Right.
So a lot of this stuff couldn't be permanent.
Yeah.
And I just started doing things like peeling stick wallpaper or DIY stuff. It really did start as DIY.
Yeah.
And I started I had a lot of time on my hands during COVID. I worked a corporate job. I was a accounting and finance recruiter at Robert.
Okay, recruitment does sound on brand. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Exactly. And it was I actually really loved doing that, and I loved connecting with people, but as you know, it changed everything, and I just had a lot of time on my hands, and I was like, I really want to we were at home a lot, and I wanted to make something that felt beautiful to be in, but also not break the bank. And that's where I kind of started this with DIY, affordable DIY, and then I created an Instagram. I remember my first post. I'm sitting in my kitchen on a stool, and I posed myself, and I guess I set my camera up on a little timer, and from there, I just can't believe how it grew.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you start an Instagram. At what point was it people are starting to notice?
So I would say maybe about a year into starting the Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah, a year into starting the Instagram. I was doing, and by this time I was actually in our third townhome.
Nice.
Because unfortunately we had some issues with flooding in the one townhome. Wilmington.
Oh yeah. Trolley basements.
Exactly.
Literally.
So we were over on Maple Street. We walked into our basement completely flooded. So we were on our third house by then. So I was just redecorating.
Constantly.
Yes.
It's good content opportunities.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's exactly what it was.
Yes.
It was a lot of new content. And I had this girl reach out to me. I still remember. She was my first client. Her name was Lindsay. And she reached out to me. She's like, I'm moving in to an apartment and I would love your help. And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I truly didn't even know what I was getting myself into. So I went shopping for her in person. I loaded up. We were doing IKEA pieces at the time. And I remember she lived on like the 6th floor of this apartment. And I was like loading up these IKEA pieces on the elevator, just doing the most. But honestly, I would do it all over again because it's exposure and it gave me experience. So.
And you were passionate about it.
It truly was to give someone, like, to make someone see what potential their home has. Like, a lot of people will look at something and just see it as walls and windows. And I'm like, oh, that wall would look so good with wallpaper. Right away, I see all this stuff. And then someone's like, oh my gosh, I would never see this for my own home. I would never be able to picture this. And it just feels so good to be able to give someone almost what I was trying to give myself, just a beautiful home to come home to.
Oh, that's amazing. So when did you I'm all in, I'm quitting the corporate job, let's do this?
So I would say that would have been back in 2021.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Yeah, 2021. So I ended up saying, well, unfortunately, it wasn't my decision that I wasn't going back to corporate.
Hey, sometimes it's just a push in the right direction.
Exactly.
We need. Yeah.
It was a redirection in the best way possible. I remember.
Blessing.
Yeah, and I truly remember being so heartbroken, but I now had time that I wouldn't have been granted otherwise. So I ended up announcing that I was going to do, designs, and I had some people come out, which I couldn't even believe these people would trust me.
Yeah.
But they saw something that I may have not seen in myself at the time, which I'm just so thankful for.
Yeah.
And I guess that's back in 2021 is when I kind of fully put my...
Well, as someone who doesn't have that vision and truly can't comprehend what you are able to do, I would pay anyone. I think you just, it's so natural, I think, to you, but someone you're probably your first couple clients, someone like me, it's just so foreign to me. I can't even comprehend how you do what you do. Even looking around this office, we are just IKEA desk from here. We pick this up on the side of the road. We talk all the time. We want to redo this podcast studio. Do we want a neon light? Do we there's so many opportunities. And I'm blank. There's nothing in my brain, nothing that comes to mind.
But the same way you have talents that I would probably be so blank on, you know what I mean? I think that's the one thing where I would say it just comes, I don't want to say easy, but that's one thing where I feel confident in giving people my services because I'm not going to steer them wrong. I'm always going to do what I would do for myself, and I would always pick things that I would pick for myself, So it really just, I don't know, it feels like such a blessing to be able to have these, to be able to help others with it, because decision paralysis is a real thing. When you get into okay, well, and then you get on Pinterest, know, as a client, and they have all these different ideas, and you're like, I just cannot. I have all these great things, and that's my goal, is to kind of not just say this is what I think is going to look best. There's no other option from this. I give my suggestion because, design is subjective. I could easily think something is absolutely gorgeous, and I can show a client, and even though they're asking for my opinion, it just may not sit well with them. So it definitely is having that, art inside of you, but also being able to bring other people's ideas and kind of be, collaborative, but also still try to give your design opinion, which is hard sometimes.
Your corporate background probably helped prepare you for that. Just we call it the bedside manner, just knowing how to read a room, just feeling people's body language. If it's shifting, what are they doing? I feel like that's part of it is just knowing how to understand how people are thinking and, deal with their temperaments.
Yes. Well, I worked in the restaurant industry.
That probably helped a ton.
From 18, I would say, to 25 or something like that. And I worked in restaurants, and you know how to work with humans, and also, my clients do express this is something where it's not just we're going to a store and buying a lamp. People have their savings in this. People sometimes have their 401ks in this. You know what I mean? So I always do my best to suggest what I think would look best, but I try to be mindful that other people might have their other opinions as well. And unfortunately, sometimes it does get to a point where, maybe there's some differing opinions on designs, but, I try to...
They hired you for a reason.
Yeah. That's what I like to remind myself.
Yes.
That's what I like to remind.
They've seen your work.
Yes, exactly.
So you start out with an apartment on the 6th floor with IKEA furniture, right?
Literally.
So that's day one. So who's like your dream, like who's your clients now? Like what is your typical like day to day? Who are you typically working with?
So believe it or not, I would still take on an apartment on the 6th floor. I would be just as honored, but I do have a lot of like, businesses reaching out to me, which I'm so
it's so cool.
Honored. I know. Just like, so like I just had a client reach out. She's opening a primary care office in Wilmington, but she wants it to be like a primary care office where you don't feel like you're going in somewhere sterile. And, you know, and then of course, the amazing Katie Cutler with
so excited for
the Karma's Corner.
Yes, like you did TLS.
Yes,
Obsessed.
TLS, right hand spot. Like all of that stuff. I have such passion for working on like the commercial end, but I still right now I have clients that I'm still doing residential, and I'm doing living rooms, I'm doing nurseries, I'm doing some kitchens. Kitchens are a little bit harder. I really respect kitchen designers. I have to say
that's a whole beast.
Oh, it really is. It really is. Closets too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just, I would say going back to your original question, my ideal client, I don't know if I have one.
Yeah.
I think my ideal project, I don't think that exists.
Yeah.
Okay. An ideal client, I would say, is somebody who really is just coming to me because they like my work, not because they want me to just be, I guess, like a task taker, I would say.
Yeah.
So that's just someone that's going to respect my opinion.
Right.
And then from there,
and trust you.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as there's the trust there and the respect, we can make anything work. And I think that's what I've found with like a lot of clients, like Jenna from TLS, like Katie, they have their full trust in me, and I just can't thank them enough. Yeah. Because I know it's like they're babies.
It is. It is. I think they're probably similar to me, like maybe less Katie, because I think Katie's like got like such a vision. She's like such a creative. But for me, like I'm good at what I'm good at. I'm good at real estate. I'm good at property management. Like this is what I shine at, and I like to outsource what I'm bad at. Like design is not what I'm good at. Like they outsource their construction, right? They're not hanging drywall, so it's like it's the same concept. Like
exactly.
Yeah. Let them be good at what they're good at.
I'm the same way. I'm not going to try to pretend to be good at something that I'm not, because at the end I feel like I want to be able to give a client the best possible outcome. Even when it comes to, I have these great ideas in my mind, like let's hang a light here, let's do this. It all sounds great, but I need to go to an expert like a contractor or an architect, and they need to actually tell me like whether it can physically work. Exactly. So it really is like a well-oiled machine between the client, the designer, the contractor. It really has to be a well-oiled machine for sure.
So someone like me just bought a new house, just moved. Every house I've lived in before has been very much like transactional. Like we're going to live here, we're going to rent it out. We're going to live here, we're going to rent it out. This is the first home we bought for our family. Yay. Like we are like, this is for us. We're going to live here. This is the first home I've ever hung pictures on the wall, right? Like truly, like I've never hung pictures on the wall.
So many of my clients are like this.
Yes,
they're like not afraid, but
I am.
Yeah.
I was.
Yes. I didn't want to say. Like,
I'm like, I don't want to hurt the drywall.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. But now I'm like, okay, I'm going to live here for a long time. At least I hope. Live here for a long time. So someone like me, like we are now coming from all these other homes. We have, a couch from our first apartment. So-and-so gifted us this. So someone like me who comes to you and says, hey, like I want to live in my home. I'm ready to invest in this home. Like, what does that process look like? Like, where does someone like me even start? I have all my hand-me-down furniture in my house. Maybe I can't, I don't have a $1 million budget, but I'm ready to invest. Like, what does that process look like from, start to finish with you?
So first I'd like to say the one thing I pride myself on is I really don't think there's a job too small.
Yeah.
I've never turned a client down because there was a job too small. And I think I always try to remind myself where I started.
Yeah.
That all of my furniture when I moved in that house, they were hand-me-downs. I was a thrifter. I went to Goodwill a lot. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily like I know some designers, like their clients have to have a certain budget.
Right.
I don't go in there with minimums at all because I'm confident that I can take that hand-me-down couch. Unless it's like, maybe we're like,
there's exceptions.
Maybe we should let it
go.
At its moment. But I pride myself on keeping furniture. Sometimes there's sentimental furniture that someone's like, I will not let this go.
Right.
And I actually, so the first part of my design process is, after the contract and all that, I provide a questionnaire.
Nice.
And one of the questions on there is, Is there any furniture pieces that we should absolutely keep in the design?
Right.
Are there any furniture pieces that are a must? And that's something that I need to go in there. So I would not make you get rid of all your hand-me-downs.
I want to get rid of them. But okay, good to know that I have the option.
No, we would kind of go through like, okay, what is a must keep and what is something that maybe we could sell and get money towards new furniture, I do have to say, most of the time, there's maybe one or two pieces that someone wants to keep, a dining room table or a couch or something like that, and I make it work,
nice.
And then after that, we kind of just figure out like pain points or your goals, So if someone has children, a lot of the times they say, I don't want a white couch,
right?
Or I don't want a coffee table.
I do want a white couch, yes. But I know I shouldn't. That's where I'm at right now.
Yes, exactly.
I want one so bad.
But we'll make it work. Where like, okay, maybe we might not get a light couch, but we'll throw some like lighter throw blankets on that and lighter pillows, so it doesn't feel as heavy.
Yeah.
But you still like, okay, if they spill juice on the throw blanket,
survive.
We'll throw it in.
Right.
We'll throw it in the wash. Yeah.
Right.
So it's more so like I said, I can go in there with having these great design ideas, and sometimes I have clients where they're like, I have no restrictions, no budget. Honestly, I've had that, and they're like, just do what you do.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just not practical
Right.
always, So then from there, we'd kind of find like your goals, your pain points. We would start like sourcing furniture and getting like the design goal in. And that's when starts like the construction and stuff like that. And I have to say, everyone is always excited from like 0% to 30%. But then when walls start coming down, money starts going, it's very normal to feel nervous, And then when the 80 to 100%, everyone's like, oh, wait, I see the vision, Because if people couldn't see the vision for their home before me, it's hard to see it even when the home's in more disarray,
right?
When walls are coming down and stuff like that. So I just try to keep everybody positive and let them know, like, there's an end goal in this, which as a real estate agent, it's
you got to get through the home inspection. You got to get through the appraisal shortfalls. Like you got to get through the mud to get to the beautiful sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, exactly.
So how would you explain your style?
So I would explain my style as, first of all, the first word that always comes to my mind is vintage, but I don't think it's vintage anymore.
Yeah.
Back in 2021, I think it was considered vintage.
Okay.
And now vintage is considered from 1990s.
Right.
I'm like, so I am vintage.
It's so true. Us damn millennials.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I would say more so, I hate putting a word on it, but like what they would call it is like vintage transitional.
Okay. What does that mean?
Exactly. What does that mean?
No idea.
I don't know what that means. But I just like color, but not necessarily bright color. I like a lot of like character. Lighting is like my cream of the crop. Like when you put lighting in a room, it makes such a big difference. Like sconces or like any type of accent lighting, it really does make a big difference. So I don't know if I could really put a on my I wouldn't say. What I can say is what I don't really lean towards a lot of modern, but then when you look at TLS,
it's so modern
organic,
right, clean,
exactly.
Right.
So it's hard.
You can adapt.
I can adapt, exactly. I really can adapt. Even like farmhouse, there's a way to make
because like I know farmhouse is out, but like we just toured a house and mansion in Greenville like a couple weeks ago, and like the farmhouse was like a vibe. Like I was like, wait a second, like this matches the space. Like
exactly.
Yes, it's a little cringy. There's like a cow on your wall.
Yes,
but like it fits the space.
You can make it
a time
look,
and place.
Exactly. You can make it look beautiful. And I am like I'm never going to be that person where I'll say, don't have live, laugh, and love on your wall. Just
because I like love it.
To be honest, it's never going to go over well if you have a client that you walk in, and if that's just what they like, you make it work though. We find aesthetic, live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
I mean, we will make it work.
We'll find a way, or like hide it behind a book.
Exactly. I never want to take somebody's personality.
You don't want to yuck their yum.
Yes. Always.
Yeah.
Like always when I go through like when I make a reel, it's like what I would pick out as an interior designer. They have the other side of things where it's like what I would never buy as an interior designer. And I'm like, I just don't want to do that because I don't want to yuck anything.
You don't want to crap on people.
No.
Yes. God forbid you like piss off the wrong person that day.
Yeah.
It's risky.
Yeah. And the internet is
it's a brutal place.
It is.
It's a brutal place. Where do you like do most of your shopping?
So
it's like your go-to.
I mean, of course, my go-to is Home Goods.
Yeah,
You know,
obsessed.
I really do think you can find beautiful pieces at West Elm, Restoration Hardware, all of
Yeah,
that stuff. But the way that the industry has grown in the past 4 years, DIY is like so popular. People decorating their homes, it really is like a trendy thing now. So I feel like the companies have really adjusted, you know, so you can get sometimes just as good pieces there as you can find, you know, somewhere else. But I love Pottery Barn. I love West Elm. I love Crate and Barrel. But I understand that that's not always going to be, you know.
Budget friendly.
I think that you can find something just as beautiful at Target, just as beautiful at Home Goods, you know. I'm a big proponent of thrifting still. It's much harder.
It's a grind. It's a grind.
Yes.
I have no interest.
No.
It's a grind.
To be honest, I've just the overpricing of it all too is really discouraging. You know, you're like, you know, you got this for free. Why is this candlestick $35?
Right. It's a little silly.
Yes, exactly.
So you also do virtual design services. What does that look like?
So I love my virtual design clients as well. It honestly is such a different vibe because it's not as hands-on. So I would say with virtual designs, it really is taking somebody's, again, their goals and their pain points. I still give the questionnaire. I give people the opportunity to just nix this questionnaire. If they're like, I have no idea, I don't want to answer this. But sometimes people are like, I don't like gold. I don't want gold in my house. I prefer black fixtures. So again, it starts with the questionnaire. It starts with getting their, you know, what their goals and their pain points are. And then they'll send me inspiration, whether it's from Pinterest, whether it's from something they saw on Instagram. A lot of the time, someone will send me my own stuff.
Yeah, which is so cool. It's so flattering.
It's so flattering.
So nice.
They'll be like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And I'm just like, wow, thank you. Because I don't ever want to
copy and paste.
Yes. I know. I don't ever want to take somebody's Pinterest post and create it exactly how it is, you know? So it really is it is exactly that, virtual. We work a lot through email. We work a lot through just kind of on my portal that I have. And then the turnaround is really a lot quicker because it's just providing them with the virtual design. So it's usually 2 to 3 weeks. And then they then have to go and take that and bring that to life. So a lot of the times my virtual clients are clients that maybe have a significant other that works in contracting and they just don't have the design eye, but they know how to rip down a wall. You know, they're like, we have a task and we need to do it. Or maybe it's somebody who doesn't want to do it all at once, maybe has a smaller budget, you know, they're like
one piece at a time.
Exactly. And that's so practical. It's so understandable. That's how I would have to redesign my space, you know? So that's kind of like virtual is like less pressure, I feel like, but you have to really know how to take something on paper and bring it to life.
So are they sending you pictures of their house? Like, hey, what do I do here?
Exactly. I get exact dimensions.
Nice.
So I'll get exact dimensions. I'll pick out pieces that fit there. Like I'll pick out the exact rug and I'll link everything.
The rugs.
So they can just click on it.
The rugs. The rugs are my biggest pain point.
Is it the size?
The size, what style, these prices on rugs, it makes me sick.
And can I give you a little tip?
Yes.
So like, again, I like nice things.
Yeah.
Gabe's and Ross.
Good to know.
I love huge
Gabe's.
rugs.
Yes.
Like
for great prices.
Under $100.
Good to know.
You're not going to find that at Home Goods.
No.
Sometimes they're not great quality.
These rugs are insane. No, but I don't need great quality because my kids are spilling juice boxes on them.
And like, I have 2 dogs.
Yes.
And exactly.
And then I get influenced by the Instagram ones that are like, you can throw it in the washing machine, but it's like, I need something durable. Like I can't throw this in the washing machine.
And then you need an extra large washing machine.
Yes. And it's just going to trip up every time I walk by it. Exactly. It's like a blanket on the floor.
Exactly. So the one hold up though, I would say with Gabe's and Ross and Home Goods is I can't link those things. I never know what I'm actually, you know, getting into. So that's good for like my clients that I'm shopping in person for or myself or like give tips to my friends. But yes, Gabe's, especially the one in Bear, they have
good to know.
Better stock than
mine. We're going to Gabe's. We need it. We
Literally,
need rugs.
my living room and my bedroom rug right now. The bedroom rug is from Ross. I just got it last week, and it actually feels great quality.
Good.
Like great quality. And then my living room rug is from Gabe. So.
Yeah, we need. So in this new house, like we have 0 rugs. Like we've just, like I said, it's been hand-me-downs. We just got rid of all our rugs in this move, and we have no rugs. So right now I'm like, our house just feels so cold.
Rugs do.
Like it feels
such a
so cold, and it's nice because our kids can like literally ride bikes in there. But like it just feels so cold, and I know we need to get rugs. It's like literally the number one thing on my to-do list.
Yeah, I would say rugs are something that really throw people for a loop. I'm sure.
I'm literally crippled. I have no idea.
That's like not funny, but it's ironic
like
because people really, and they don't know what size to get.
I have no idea.
Okay, well, here's a tip. ChatGPT will literally tell them exactly what size your couch is or what size your room is, and they will give you the full breakdown. Now, I have to say I did not always have ChatGPT, and I just kind of learned what kind of works in what room. But no, it's a real thing. I would say rugs, window treatments, people really have a hard time.
This is the first time I've ever owned curtains. I just put curtains in my room. I'm so proud of myself. Yes. I got them from HomeSense. It's my first time ever going to HomeSense. I literally just like closed my eyes and picked a curtain, and it worked out. I think they turned out nice.
Good. No, but it's a real thing, people. Like
it's stressful.
The decision paralysis. You're just like, what do I want? And that's where I kind of come in, and I hope that as long as the trust is there, I would hope that, that I'm picking the right thing for them. But it's a real thing.
No, like what about these people on Instagram where it's like they move out of the house for like a week and like they come home and it's done? Would you ever do something like that?
So I actually do have some clients like that. It's not common. It's not. I have a client right now where she's actually down the beach right now.
Nice.
But it's because a lot of the times chemicals, like if you're staining a floor, sometimes you have to be out of the home. I would say that's only really the time where I've had clients go out of the home is when there's chemicals involved, like staining or paint,
That's my dream situation. Like we just go to the shore for the week and like I just come home and this is done.
No, it's possible. Yeah. It's possible. And me being the interior designer, like I'm here on site, so you don't have to worry about like I can stop in whenever you need or anything like that. So.
Who does the like actual install? Like do you have guys?
Yeah, I have. So I don't always, I have guys.
That's what I'm like.
No, but I have some amazing women contractors as well that I've worked with, like Natalia Burgos. She did LaBelle, and she is just amazing. Shout out to Natalia.
Nice.
She's really, really amazing. But so a lot of times I want to give clients 2 or 3 options, especially you want to have 2 or 3 options for pricing. It's a big deal. You want to see what you're kind of getting into. I'm not going to say it makes it any easier because, as you know, quotes when you're getting work done, they're all over the place. All over the place. So I do have some contractors that are like go to like Cassidy. They're amazing to work with. They are somebody that I've worked with often, and then just a lot of like, and then the contractors who worked on the TLS. Yeah,
I heard they were great. Jenna's talked super highly of them.
Yeah. Dave was just so great to work with. Yeah. So I really I want to be able to give the opportunity to a lot of the contractors because...
Yeah, spread the love.
Yes, exactly. But then it's ultimately not my decision who I work with.
Exactly.
I give them the kind of like seal of approval. Like they're great to work with. They do great work. Yeah.
And what was the contractor? We want to shout him out.
Oh, yes. So Dave with JJID is also another amazing person. There's just so many contractors, so many talented individuals in Delaware specifically. And I just, there's just like Ash Home Renovations. They just did something for my virtual client, and I didn't work with them directly, but and Trimarco Painting. There's just, I could go, the list goes on and on of all the amazing people.
I love this. I'm hitting you up for contractors in the future.
No, seriously.
I need more of them. Because they get busy.
Yes, they really do.
There's not enough of them.
But all the contractors I mentioned, they truly care. They have families of their own, and they're going to put up small businesses. Work. Yes.
Obsessed.
Yep.
All right, so switching gears, I'm big on content. You're big on content. So I'm sure you see a lot of content in this space. Like, what are some trends you're loving right now? Trends that you're like hating right now?
So trends that I'm absolutely loving is a color drench of a whole room.
Love. Yes. I'm seeing that everywhere.
Yes. So I would say originally it was just like an accent wall. And then I really was like, no more accent walls. Like, let's paint the whole room.
Right.
getting in even deeper into that, I love a wallpapered ceiling.
Obsessed.
Now that's harder to get clients to be on top of,
I'm in on that.
Yeah, but like paint the walls all one color and then a wallpapered ceiling. Like I have a project right now in Philadelphia, and we discussed putting a green plaid Ralph Lauren style wallpaper on the ceiling, and then like a hunter green on the walls for
for a nursery
office.
Cool.
Yeah. So I thought that just something like that. I really love doing the whole space. You know, also just any type of like interesting lighting. I'm big on, like I said, lighting, like chandeliers and stuff like that. Yes, sconces. I would say, as far as trends, I don't know if there's anything that I really am like want to like fully
cancel.
No, definitely not. To each their own. Remember, subjective.
Live, laugh, love all you want.
I don't know if there's anything that I've really seen that I'm just like, I don't like love. You know, I think to each their own, and it's all meant for a specific place.
Are you big on like personal pictures? Like sometimes I like look at a lot of like decor, and it's like, where are the pictures? Like, where are the people?
Huge. And the one reason why you probably don't see that on mine is because I don't want to put people's family on my social media. Exactly. So I'll actually avoid you know, I always encourage a gallery wall of family photos, photos of your children. I think it's so important to personalize your space. Like I've had pictures where my clients were like, we really want to nod to being near like the Brandywine like park, and we want big trees, pictures of big trees and stuff like that. But personal pictures, I'm huge on. You can make them look aesthetic. Take those pictures, put them in black and white. Key. You know what I mean? Put them in a beautiful frame. You don't even have to put them in black and white if you don't want to. I'm just really big on your home feeling like your home and not a museum. That's
you say like you want your home to be a sanctuary. Like elaborate on that. What do you mean by that?
I think that at the end of the day, when all the noise dies down and all of just chaos on the world and the TV, the news, I mean, just anything, you're just, at the end of the day, it's you and your thoughts and the four walls around you. You know, my bedroom has always been my sanctuary growing up, and just growing up, you know, being a teenage girl, you know, that's hard. It's in itself. I just always felt when you're laying down in that room and you have like the soft carpet beneath your feet, like it truly calms your nervous system. Like the warm lighting, the windows that don't feel bare. I'm a big proponent of it makes you feel good on the inside. That might sound really corny, but
no, it's true.
Yeah, like
it's
my clients have said, like I've done libraries or little reading rooms, and they're like, I haven't left that room. Like I'm cuddled up with my coffee, and that's when it really means a lot to me when someone reaches out afterwards and kind of reiterates how much the space means to them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, but I need to have you in my house so bad. You do have a business name. I just know you have Genevieve because I guess social media, but you do have Franklin & Co. is like your like business, like that's your name. Is that your website?
Yes. So
okay, cool. Where does that come from?
So Franklin was my soul dog. I adopted him when I was 21 years old. He was found in an abandoned apartment complex. They were building it from scratch, so it was completely unoccupied, but someone had tied him to a little pole in there with food and water. And they knew that one of the contractors were going to find him. And I ended up I was like, I'll foster him, 21 years old. He jumps out of the car, and I was like, mine. That is my dog. That is my soul dog. And he was with me from 21 to he passed about 3 years ago. And that's actually like a little bit, he was with me that first year that my business started, and he was with me all through the DIY. If you look at any of my videos from my early years, you see him in the background. You know, he was just always there. And that last year with him, he passed from cancer. He actually was in remission. It was a beautiful thing, but he passed, and after he passed, it was like my whole business absolutely skyrocketed. I met my husband the same month that he passed as well. I know. So I truly just wanted to dedicate all of this that I'm doing to those times where we're in my room at 12 a.m. and I have my tripod up and he's on the bed and I'm redoing a piece of furniture. Like everything I do is kind of in honor of him.
That's so special.
Where it came from.
That's so special. And I love hearing like that he's in your content from this early days. And like sometimes I have like, you know, imposter syndrome or whatever. I have a podcast, we do content, whatever. It's cringe, me dancing on TikTok, but like we're documenting our life. And like what a blessing you can go back to those days and see him in all that content.
Yes.
It's like more opportunities to remember him and see him. And I think about that all the time. Like, you know, God forbid anything happens in my life. Like I have all this content of my kids can watch me on a podcast, like 101 episodes of me yapping.
Yes,
like,
I love, and I am such a big proponent of that. Take the picture.
Yes.
Take the videos.
Yeah.
Do not care what anybody else thinks because someone's always going to think something.
Yeah.
But I have, even business wise, when you look at, you might think that video you're taking of yourself early on in real estate or interior design, you might think this means nothing. But when you look back on it, you're going to see how much you've grown.
Yes.
And it's just like, it's kind of like a little,
it's a diary.
It is.
I say it's a diary. And I say like social media is a form of self-expression. So like I'm not creative like you. I can't design a space, but I can like edit a video and make it funny or whatever.
You are very creative.
Yeah, so it's fun. So like it's for me, it's like my creative outlet. I've never been a painter or a drawer or a writer, whatever. So like content is my creative outlet.
And it's 2025. It's time for people to realize content is an art.
Yeah, welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah. You are an artist by that, you know?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So absolutely.
No, but that's so cool. You honored him and like that's so amazing. When did you like officially brand as Franklin & Co?
So as an LLC, it should be dated back to 2021.
So right after you passed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so special.
So I didn't have like a name or anything. Like I think I announced it on, it's one of my pinned posts on my TikTok. You'll be able to see if you go on it. But I think that's when I can't remember exactly what the date was. I want to say it was in 2022, but then the backdating. Yeah, we'll go to.
That's so cool. So special to honor him and remember him.
Yeah.
So cool. So changing gears.
Yes.
Dream client. What's somebody like, we're talking celebrity, we're talking the president, we're talking, you know, anybody, right? Like anybody, not to get political, sorry. But like I'm talking like dream client. It could be anyone.
Like we're going there.
Sorry, no,
just
not political. I just meant like the White House.
Probably
like something
the
cool.
opposite of political.
Yeah, opposite.
For some reason, this is the first person that came to my mind because I just think she is so cool. I think that she would totally give me the creative freedom. Hillary Duff.
Oh,
I don't know if you follow her right now.
I do. Yeah.
She's just so cool. Her family's so cool.
Yeah.
I just feel like she would be such a cool client. Like I see a lot of those like clients like on Architectural Digest and stuff like that where like they've had an interior designer help them. I don't know if I would say that's like my younger self dream client, you know. As far as like my dream client, like overall, like anywhere in the world, like now, I don't know if I have a celebrity dream client.
It's all good.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I truly feel like as long as it's somebody that like respects my opinion, that's really.
I love that.
I also get scared to kind of get too big too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
I don't
get
want to lose that.
Yeah.
That
small town girl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We say that all the time. Like whenever Compass encourages us to like, we need to increase your budget, like your price point. We want you to work with the more luxury people, the more Greenville, the beaches, whatever. I'm like, we got into this business to help normal people.
Exactly.
Like that goes against our roots. Like, sure, will we take on $1 million listing? Of course. But like, it goes against like what we kind of got into this for, the IKEA bookshelf and going up the elevator. Like to help the normal people that are just like raising their hand asking for help.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, that doesn't mean HGTV.
Right. Call me.
Reach out. Obsessed. I think that it is, at the end of the day, it is a saturated space, you know, and I want to kind of stick out from the rest. And I think that when people hear that I'm open to shopping at Target, Home Goods, and stuff, they're like, oh gosh, I thought that we had to shop at certain places, you know? So I don't know. Talk to me in a little bit, maybe. Let's stick with Hillary Duff right now, just because I think she's so cool.
She's a mom.
Yes.
She's a vibe.
Yeah,
I'm here
she
for it.
really is. She just seems like down
normal.
to earth.
Yes.
Yeah. I just feel like it would be like someone that feels like cool to me.
Yeah.
But then, did you know Ashley Tisdale is now an interior designer?
No, I did not.
So
interesting.
I guess maybe that's where I got that whole like idea. But yeah. So
Cool.
Yeah.
So where can people follow you? You're working on so many cool projects. People want to follow you. People that want to, maybe they're saving up for their dream house. They follow us because, maybe they are going to buy a house someday. They want to save your information. Like, where can people follow you? How can people keep up with you?
So I'm on Instagram and TikTok. TikTok mostly is probably not as much interior design, but on Instagram, you can find me on Designs by Genevieve.
Love.
And then same on TikTok as well.
Easy to find. And we'll tag her for everything.
Yes, tag, because I believe there's an underscore in there. I'm just trying to, I think it's Designs by _ Genevieve. I have to check back on that.
All good. We'll tag it regardless.
Yes.
Obsessed. And so if people want to work with you, do they slide in their DMs, go to your website? What's the best way to sign up?
So I would say DMs and email are definitely the best way. Just because I don't ever want to miss anything. A lot of times people will message me on Facebook and it goes in a message request.
Same.
And I'm like, I am Facebook. So sorry. I didn't
hate Facebook. It's like Meta, get it together.
No,
I hate Facebook.
Seriously. I won't even get a notification. So I would say the one place not to reach out would be Facebook, but I would never discourage. Wherever.
You'll get to it at some point.
Exactly.
It'll somehow go to some random box you'll someday check.
Exactly. So I would say Instagram, TikTok, but Instagram is my primary source.
Same.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you. This was so fun.
Excited for all the things that you have in the future. You're amazing. And I can't wait. Someday I'm going to have you at my house because God knows we need the help.
No, I would love to. I would love to.
Well,
we need to make it your sanctuary.
I know. My bedroom, I'm good. My living room is a mess.
Yes. Oh, you did your bed. You made your.
I did my best.
Good. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Thank you. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks everyone for listening to another awesome episode of Life on the Ave, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.